Elon Musk has announced he's leaving politics. The dystopian billionaire spent more than $250 million in support of Donald Trump's campaign, but he told an economic conference in Qatar that he planned to do a lot less spending in the future. Honestly, just look at this.
I think in terms of political spending, I'm going to do a lot less in the future.
And why is that?
I think I've done enough.
I've done enough. Yeah, bro, you 100% have. In fact, I would argue too much. The news comes as Tesla continues to watch their money burn right in front of their eyes, and as everyone on the internet relentlessly bullies Elon for being a weirdo. Does Elon calling it quits on political spending mean we might finally be free of him and his stupid hats? Is he done because everyone hates him? Or is there some other reason? What will he do now and wait, what will I talk about? Who will I make fun of? Oh my God, did I celebrate too soon? If you're new here, hey, I'm Evie. We do 5 videos a week on everything happening all around the world, in the news, and on the internet. And if you don't subscribe now, you will start coughing in 7 days. If Elon really is giving up his sci-fi political overlord dreams, we might have unfortunate but definitive proof that bullying works.
In terms of political spending, I'm going to do a lot less in the future.
And why is that?
I think I've done enough.
Look into his eyes. He looks so lonely. Yeesh, though, seems like Nigel No Mates over here is experiencing something many people would call consequences. Controversy has followed Elon every waking second since he wandered into the White House, accompanied by some weird 19-year-olds he probably met on Discord. His first 100 days were nothing short of a roller coaster. He went from the world's richest to also one of the world's most influential. He dove headfirst into speedrunning the president's government cost-cutting project, which in peak Elon fashion was named the Department of Government Efficiency, or Doge. Sidebars, what we're talking about today. I am not over it being called Doge. I simply cannot accept it, okay? Naming a department that just fires whoever after a freaking crypto meme, I just feel like we accepted it too fast. I know there's nothing we can do, but I want everyone to know I don't like it. Moving on. I might be grasping at straws here, but I get the feeling that the Elon Trump bromance is on the rocks. Elon has spent a lot and put up with a lot, all for Trump and personal power, but also Trump. It's possible he feels betrayed by the president not always taking his side or refusing his advice, especially when it comes to tariffs. Elon has said multiple times he's not a fan of the tariffs, and he's urged the president to reconsider. But as we know, Trump went ahead and used ChatGPT to inflict economic chaos upon the entire world. In a first quarter earnings call with Tesla in April, Elon said he doesn't like the unpredictable tariffs, but what happens with them is, quote, entirely up to the President of the United States. I'm sure Elon loves that. Quarterly earnings and sales were absolutely rough for Tesla. Automotive revenue took a 20% nosedive compared to last year, and net income was down by a jaw-dropping 71%. Ouch. Protests against Elon and Tesla also ramped up, with cars and dealerships being set on fire, and Elon's overall likability has completely tumbled all over the world. Combine that with his embarrassing political failure in Wisconsin, and it's a recipe for unadulterated misery. I wonder if Elon feels like he's not getting what he paid for, which was unchecked power and more money. To be fair, I would be upset if I was Elon. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be feeling great about it. This is what I think is happening inside his home right now.
My daughter still goes, Mommy, can we go on our plane again? And I'm like, baby, there's no plane.
Anyway, if Elon is pulling financial support, what does that mean for Republicans? What does it mean for Tesla? If Elon, the richest guy on the planet, actually goes through with his plan, it might cut off Trump and the Republicans from their top donor. Tough break for them, but hey, it could be a win for Elon's businesses. Most of his mega wealth comes from his stakes in Tesla and SpaceX, though he does have his grubby little hands in a bunch of other companies too. Nobody really knows right now how much Elon's political spending will actually shrink, if it even does. I just don't always believe him when he says stuff. The guy could change his mind tomorrow, or he could funnel his cash through those shady dark money nonprofits that conveniently don't have to publicly share who their donors are. Democratic Representative Mark Pocan of Wisconsin isn't really buying it. He said he's just trying to hide in the shadows, and that Republicans realize he's a liability and they just want to put him back in the closet. Republican Rep. Don Bacon of Nebraska, who benefited from more than $864,000 in spending by Musk's PAC last year, said, "I gotta be candid with you. I don't really care." I love that. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't even like that guy. Ugh. A less generous Elon isn't exactly the end of the world for the GOP. Let's be real, he only started throwing serious cash at elections last year. Plus, Republicans have other piggy banks they could crack open. But that being said, losing Musk-level money isn't small potatoes. The party's going to need to hustle to fill that massive financial void. If they need a new Elon, another scary rich villain guy, I have some suggestions. Sato Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh!, Sauron, or they could just cut out the middleman and get the money straight from Putin. Too far? Too far? Maybe a bit too far. Sorry, my bad, but far. Ugh. According to Reuters, a White House insider shrugged off the idea that Elon dialing back is a big deal. According to them, he's still all in for Trump and the GOP. He's just playing it a little cooler. They claim Elon's influence will keep flowing, whether as an advisor, donor, or just working his magic in those elite donor circles. The source said that the White House views Elon's step back as a reasonable response to growing political attacks, or again, what we might call consequences. For his businesses, though, stepping back from politics really can only be a good thing. It's his own public behavior and personal brand that's really gutting Tesla's finances. His yarn at the economic conference in Qatar went off about 40 minutes. When asked if he had any regrets about his political activities, he said,
I did what needed to be done.
"Did you?" Between sniping at reporters and tearing into the Wall Street Journal for claiming Tesla's board once considered replacing him, check that out here. Elon made it clear that he's sticking around as CEO for at least 5 more years. He also couldn't resist taking shots at Bill Gates, accusing him of hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein and brushing off Bill Gates' claims that Musk's budget cuts to international aid were bad for kids' health, which how could they not be? And oh, you want to get into Epstein, brother? You want to get into Epstein? He's used his connections and government access to land some massive deals for his own companies, resulting in billions of dollars in new contracts. In doing so, though, Elon has unfortunately proved that you kind of can buy a place in the US government. And whether he stops doing it or not, it's just shown every other psycho like him out there that they can. So yeah, maybe I got a little ahead of myself throwing a party. Maybe I got a little too excited. But I think it's still a mini win. Woo!